doing what they did against Orlando in the first round.
Yeah, that is the fourth elimination game in these playoffs that the Pistons won. Two of them. Game 6 is on.
Harper with the spin and the touch. Dosunmu trying to take.
They are going to be in the gaps. It's going to be much, much harder into the paint like they have in this series.
Personal foul on Champagnie. Second free throw for Dosunmu. 15 of 24, that's 75%. 8 of 10 from three-point territory. Then they roll Harper in there. He's 6 of 7 from the field with 15 points. The veteran, Harrison Barnes, and he's...
And like Cornette, one of two guys on this young, inexperienced San Antonio team who has played in a lot of playoffs. Oh, absolutely. He started 52 games for him. It really takes, again, going back, he's a high-character guy and can handle that change. But it is still a courageous move by Mitch Johnson. It's not as if the change to Barnes. And now, Carter Bryant, for all intents and purposes, finally making his first appearance here in the fourth quarter.
Dosunmu, it's goaltending.
Because that's the way San Antonio wants to play, to take advantage of their athleticism and their depth. And for Minnesota, they want to play fast to try to take Wembanyama's defensive ability out of the game. It's not just one way. This is not a one-man team.
Dosunmu, ball fake, missed the layup. So the other way. Champagnie, give it up. Wembanyama, roll it down. Is the largest lead of the night. San Antonio pulling a 120-90. Spurs. Shannon gets inside for the deuce.
To get to the rim, he's got to become a more consistent shooter, but he can get to the rim.
Castle, short, grabs the rebound. Barnes can't hit the three.
Please, most everybody else in the league.
Shannon stops on a dime, cut by Dosunmu, and it was blocked. A rejection for Luke Cornette. Champagnie, count it, a three.
And again, that one.
So that's 11 blocks compared to 1 for the Timberwolves. Left-handed layup doesn't go for Edwards. San Antonio continues to apply pressure. Barnes, extra, Champagnie, book it, a three.
Tonight.
They are 17 of 35. That's 49% for the #2 seed in the Western Conference. 8:19 to go. Shannon, bottom.
Look, he's in it. Chris Finch and his staff have developed in him.
And Castle gets to San Antonio's night. You don't want to see.
No, clearly that's just not part of my makeup.
Berenger is in across the board for both teams. Clark, Anderson, Phillips, and Highland, all for Minnesota. Also into the game is Jordan McLaughlin. Olynyk. Barnes remains in there along with Cornette. Kyle Anderson still have 7:18 to play here in the fourth quarter. Lopsided game 6 in favor of the San Antonio Spurs. Olynyk misses on a 3-ball. Jalen Clark. Anderson over to Bones Highland. He's never shy and he misses. So the Spurs are going to wrap up this series in 6 games on the road here at the Target Center. Minnesota season is going to come to a close. The 6th seed in the Western Conference. They 6 games in the opening round.
Which was phenomenal, by the way. For them to win against a very talented Denver team, a very talented and experienced
Enzo for a large chunk of the season.
No, quite possibly the entire season.
Possibly.
And they've really only got 7 guys, and that's counting Terrence Shannon, whose experience is limited. Look, Spoelstra in Miami, that their talent gets overrated. Their talent and their depth. You can't contend like that. They need more talent on this basketball team. They've got a great coach. They've got a good core. But and Mason Plumlee is probably going to come in for Harrison Barnes, and the Spurs are going to go to their 3 center line.
It's the big bench lineup for the Spurs. Waters peeks at the clock, 5 to shoot. Just over 5 minutes to play. Olynyk will fire off by Clark. Clark to drive. Biyombo with so Jalen Clark, the UCLA product, will head to the free throw line. Get to the Western Conference Finals for the 3rd straight year. Lost to Oklahoma City. When we asked Chris Finch about his squad, no panic. They've faced these situations before, but the difference this time around, team that is locked in to who they are, what their identity is. Olynyk bangs in a triple.
Yeah, look, it's just the difference in talent is what it was. I mean, this Spurs team is outstanding, and they're not only really about that upcoming second round, it's going to be iconic, and it could be what we see over the next half-dozen years in this league. These two teams battling it out. San Antonio won 4 out of the 5 meetings during the year. NBA Cup, where Oklahoma City came in with a 16-game winning streak and a 24-1 record, and then San Antonio beat them for the first time after they had won 16 in a row. City got a win in January, and then San Antonio set a lot of their guys in the February game, so essentially these teams haven't really met in 4 months.
Back in by Biyombo, had the Rick. They were really the only ones this year to be the Thunder Whisperers.
They really were. I mean, that team, as Biyombo blocks, and Oklahoma City normally gave up, and the biggest reason Oklahoma City relies on creating turnovers. They were 2nd in the league in steals, 2nd in the league in turnovers forced, 1st in points off a turnover in San Antonio. San Antonio was able to take care of the ball against them, and if that happens, then City was 2 years ago. You know, they were the #1 seed actually at the time, but now Oklahoma City's the experienced team. And can this young team over the hump in the Western Conference Finals?
But there's no doubt this is ahead of schedule for San Antonio.
I honestly, going into the season, and I think if you could get them to be real honest, the San Antonio people would tell you the same thing into the play-in, and that would be a good season, a good step for them, having been under 500 last year. This is way ahead of schedule, but